Hi, my name is Simon Garez. I'm an actor and recently director as well, originally from Nipawin in Saskatchewan, and then now I'm based in Saskatoon. It all started in high school for me. I had a very good drama teacher. I'm very lucky, and she was very supportive. And there was a drama class, and I signed up for the drama class thinking it would just be a fun credit to do. And I quickly fell in love with it. So after I finished high school, I signed up for an acting program in Vancouver, and I ended up staying out there actually for 5 or 6 years. So that was my home for a long time. And then I did this 1-year program thinking that my idea was that I wanted to just do a quick acting program to learn how to be an actor, because I thought that was, at the time, I thought it was something that you could just learn to do. And then I quickly fell in love with the process of becoming an actor. That was actually more interesting than being an actor. So after that program, I signed up for university, and I went to university at Simon Fraser. I have the same name as my university. So I ended up studying acting for 6 years in total, actually. And I just never wanted to leave because I just love the process so much of studying it.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it as many of your players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw your hand too much in the air thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent, tempest, and as I may say, whirlwind of passion, you may acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings who, for the most part, are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for o'erdoing termagant. It out-Herods Herod. Pray you, avoid it.
The monologue I performed today is from Hamlet. It is Speak the Speech. It's from Act 3, Scene 2. It's a very famous Shakespeare monologue. And I just really love what Hamlet is. He's talking to a group of actors and he's telling them to be truthful. He's telling them not to wave their hands around too much or do any of that. So that really resonates with me, what Hamlet is trying to communicate. And I love the character of Hamlet. I would love to perform him one day. So to just do a monologue from Hamlet is kind of like getting a little tiny piece of him. So one day I would love to perform Hamlet. So now I'm based in Saskatoon, and I love Saskatoon. I think it's an amazing city. And I also feel it's a city that's on the rise. So I feel like I'm building something there, as well as Saskatchewan. I love being in Saskatchewan. I love being a Saskatchewan-based artist because Saskatchewan feels like it's on the rise in general. There's a little bit of arts and culture in Saskatchewan, but I feel there could be a lot more. And so I am a part of that. I'm more excited to build something in a place where there isn't already too much, like Saskatoon and Saskatchewan, rather than being in a huge city where I'm kind of just lost in the crowd like I was in Vancouver. So coming back to Saskatchewan after finishing my degree in Vancouver was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life, actually. I can't picture myself ever moving back to Vancouver. Sir, my circumstances being so near the truth must first induce you to believe, whose strength I will confirm with oath, though which I doubt not you'll give me leave to spare when you shall find you need it not. First, her bedchamber, where I confess I slept not, but profess had that was well worth watching. It was hanged with tapestry of silk and silver. The story, proud Cleopatra, when she met her Roman, and Cinna swelled above the banks or for the press of boats or pride. A piece of work so bravely done, so rich, that it did strive in workmanship and value, which I wondered could be so rarely and exactly wrought since the true life on it was. The chimney is south the chamber, and the chimney piece chaste Diane, bathing Never saw eye figures so likely to report themselves. The cutter was as another nature, dumb, outwent her, motion and breath left out. The roof of the chamber, with golden cherubims is fretted. Her andirons, I had forgot them, were two winking cupids of silver, each on one foot standing nicely, depending on their brands. And if you can be pale, I beg, but leave to air this jewel. It must be married to that your diamond. I'll keep them. If thou dost seek for further satisfying, under her breast, worthy her pressing, lies a mole, right proud of that most delicate lodging. By my life, I kissed it, and it gave me present hunger to feed again, though full. You do remember this stain upon her. The monologue I performed is from Cymbeline, which is one of Shakespeare's lesser known plays, but I really love it. And I'm playing the character of Iachimo, and he's a bit of a dirty guy, but I think that's also what makes him fun to play. And he is trying to convince someone that he managed to seduce their wife. So that is kind of a sleazy thing to do in life, but the character himself is very fun to play. The advice I would have for an aspiring artist or an emerging artist or a young person who wants to be an artist is to really, really think long-term. That whatever art form you choose, even if you choose a few, you really are climbing Mount Everest. And so you should be reasonable with yourself. Don't give yourself deadlines because that'll destroy you. Keep yourself open to new things that come along. For example, I never thought that I would study acting for 6 years in total. If you would have asked me when I was in high school what I would be doing for the next 6 years, I would have never said that. At the time, I just wanted to be an actor. I just wanted partly just the success and the glamour of it. And then I realized that actually the process of becoming an actor is actually a lot more interesting than being an actor. So I would really, really encourage aspiring artists to focus on the process, get rid of deadlines, or get rid of sort of checkpoints or anything like that, or comparisons to others, and really just focus on your own path. Try to build something that's really true to yourself as well. And whatever shape and form that takes, just go along with it. And things happen in their own time. So when I was young, I dreamed of being an actor-director, of acting in my own films. And eventually it actually did happen. And so I'm super happy that it happened. But it happened later than I thought. It happened in a completely different way than I thought. The style that I'm trying to develop is completely different than anything I had envisioned. So things happen naturally in their own way, and you just have to trust it and just go along with it and be open to new things.